Welcome back to Chickens, a Pig, and Cats. Oh my. So, today I'm gonna put in some little odds and ends. Now, at the very end of the last video, I'm surprised we didn't get it on the video, but the nib was up on the armoire. And as soon as I had ended the video, I heard a sound, looked over, and the egg had just landed. I had to double check the end of that video to make sure it didn't show the egg coming out. That could have been, unwanted by YouTube, but I don't know. Anyway, so, and she finally laid that egg. I don't know if y'all noticed in the video of the chickens all going up into the tree to roost at night. If you look closely at that, I have noticed in the past that for some reason, and I have no idea why, the chickens segregate themselves. There are 2 trees right there next to the gate, and they all go up in the first tree. But the black ones, the 3 black ones, okay, no, I actually cannot say that they segregate anymore. When the nib was not getting up in the tree, there would be 3 black chickens go to the second tree, and then all the other chickens stayed in the first tree, which did not make sense to me. But they actually don't do that anymore. Well, not in the nib, because in the first tree, you'll have May, and Nanib, and Mimi. And the other night, Nanib got in trouble because she and Mimi were real close together on that branch. And it wasn't a matter of there's not enough room, move over. Nanib did not want Mimi right next to May, and the nib would reach over and peck Mimi on the head, and Mimi was just hanging onto the branch, and she had her head down. She was submitting, but the nib would still keep pecking at her. Didn't want her right there. So I intervened, and Spencer intervened, and it stopped. And they got further apart on the branch, and the nib quit being mean to Mimi. So, we don't really put up with the chickens being mean to each other. If we can help it. If we can intervene, we do. And the Meep has Meep has gotten tired of Juno trying to jump on her every time she tries to head for the tree to get up there and roost, so she'll try to wait until everybody else is up in that tree, and she might hide in here in the house and wait. And when she thinks it's been long enough, she'll head out there to the tree. Many times she has been escorted to the tree by myself and Spencer. Sometimes William is involved too. And we make sure that she can get from the steps to at her leisure, because this child will stop and go picking at the ground, digging up worms, and we're like, get in the tree. We're not standing here waiting for you to just, on your way there, do your thing, get your butt in the tree. We ain't standing here all day. And she'll eventually get there. Sometimes I get tired of waiting and I'll walk off, and when Juno starts to come towards her, then she suddenly decides to get her butt in gear, get up on that gate, and head up into the tree. Something interesting about OG. Her favorite thing is to be in the dining room. I may have said this before. If I have, I'm sorry. Here we go again. She likes to be in the dining room, and we've got 3 big windows right there. And every morning I'll raise up the curtain to the middle one, and I'll raise the window up, because her favorite thing is to stand there at the window and look down upon her peasants from above and eyeball them, see what they're doing. Just keeping an eye on her flock. Like a queen. Well, she is a cinnamon queen, so she is a queen. So the queen looks down from her high roost upon the common folk. I should get her a little gown or something. I don't know. Crown? Robe? Here's an annoying fact. Tidbit. If you have a litter box, chickens are going to get in it if they're in the house. It was kind of obvious as to why they were doing it, but, you know, I always had this question, why must they? Why must they get in the litter box and stir it all up, get the litter all up on them? Well, like Frankie pointed out, they use it for a dust bath. Now, the only problem I have with this, I would not mind them using the litter box for a dust bath if they would stand there in the litter box when they're done and shake it off. Shake it off. But no, they can't do that. They have to step out, and when they step out, it automatically starts falling off around them. Then they've got to walk halfway across the room, not a few feet away, halfway across the room, and flip out and shake it all off. Make it rain cat litter in the middle of the dining room, or the kitchen, or the living room, depending on how far they want to walk, and let it try to dribble off of them before they finally stop and leave a pile. It's not fun. Pain in the butt. They could go outside. Even the chickens that only come in to lay eggs will get in the litter box. Y'all help me figure out a way to deter them. Maybe. Brainstorm. Leave me ideas in the comments. Maybe we can come up with something together. I was also having a big problem with when the chickens were inside during the freeze. And I would put food down in the dining room area, which would get scattered everywhere. There would be regular chicken feed, lettuce, oatmeal, and of course chicken scratch. So you put the food down, they're going to take a couple of bites, and then they're going to step in and scratch. And step back, pick at it. Step up, scratch. Step back, pick at it. And it caused a big mess all the time. And eventually, when I got really, really tired cleaning it up all the time, well, not all the time, I'd sweep it back up. But then I finally figured out we would get boxes from Amazon. And I would take the box and trim it down to where I had about this much at the bottom, just a couple inches deep. And made sure it was big enough that the chickens could step over into it and do their scratching and peck and eat and not have the food go all over the place. And it works. Works perfectly. It saves so much work. And then when the weather warmed back up, I moved the box from in the kitchen to out on the porch, because we still have, you know, OG doesn't go out in the yard, and We got a couple that roost up on the porch at night, a few. They roost on the porch at night. So, OG doesn't have to leave the porch to eat. She don't have to worry about going out there and scrounging around and getting jumped by a root. Because her poor old self can't take it anymore. So that was a huge help making those boxes. And I have extra boxes so that if something happens to that one, like it did one time, had to replace the original box because we got a big storm one night and I didn't even think to move the feed box inside. It got soaked. So the next day I had to throw it out. Got another box, made another one. So as long as it's big enough for at least one chicken, hen, roux, doesn't matter. Step in it or eat from it if they choose to step into it. Even if they step in it, the edges are high enough that when they scratch, the food doesn't go all over the place. It stays contained. It was a huge help. Well, this one's kind of short, and I'm going to end it here. But hit the like button if you haven't subscribed. Hit it. And leave me some comments. Love y'all. Bye.